join them with Chris Searchford. Obviously a disappointing Tuesday afternoon. Feels weird saying Tuesday afternoon here. Losing 3-1 to Chelmsford. Firstly, Search, you just give us your thoughts and reflections on a tough one to take.
Yeah, no, obviously it was really tough. Thought the boys, in all honesty, started the game really brightly. Thought it was on the front foot. Tricky conditions on a wet, boggy pitch, but thought no excuses. Thought we managed that quite well for the first sort of 40-45 minutes. Felt that we were creating okay chances, not clear cut, but okay chances. Lamar puts us in good position, scoring as he does, and just felt we'd sit out to half time, regroup, and go second half maybe a bit more direct, and that was the sort of game plan. But unfortunately, this is football. We concede really late on as we do. For me, a sloppy goal on a first of all, didn't clear the ball very well. They kept the pressure on, to be fair to Chelmsford, and we've got to defend it better at the far post. We've got to want to go and win that header. Be a bit braver. It wasn't to be, and to be fair to them, they scored and obviously come in with their tails up. And second half, thought we was huffed and puffed a little bit as we have done for quite a lot of the season. I felt that we had to adapt how we wanted to play today. I still think we tried to play, but I think we had to adapt a little bit and be a little bit more direct. Which I think they done better than us. I think they managed the game really well. I think they spun it better than us. They run the channels better than us. And in all honesty, they played the pitch better than us. And, we got no excuses. As much as I felt that we probably had a better control of the game and the football. At the end of the day, they've gone and scored 3 good goals. So we've got to respect them. Credit to Robbie. They come here, knew what they wanted to do. On a good run now, and credit to them for going away with the 3 points.
We'll go through each goal, but we'll obviously touch with the opener. Obviously, quite fortunate that it's fallen to Lamar, and as Lamar, when he usually gets no situations, has nestled it away quite nicely after just 2 minutes. Is it a case, of us maybe scoring too early in a game, like those England goals in the World Cup semis and Euros finals?
I think it's a case of us trying to score first in a game, if you like, early. I think if you look back, over the season, we've conceded early. Probably I think 7 times we've conceded in the first sort of 10 minutes, which is a pretty poor statistic. So it was nice for us for a change to score early. And in all honesty, I thought having had the results they've had, with all respect to them, I thought that they might have crumbled a bit, but they showed a lot of backbone. They hung in the game, they stayed in the game, they created their chances themselves, and as I say, the score on half time I felt was a bit of a game changer for them. Really swung it. I think if we'd gone in 1-0, it would have been different. But there's no excuses. It wasn't to be. They scored. Frustrating, shall we say?
You touched on their level. It was probably disappointing, like you said, to concede like that, a poor clearance, and they kept it on. How disappointed were you with conceding, that close to half time? And I suppose did it change your half time team talk?
Yeah, absolutely. I thought if we could get to half time, I could have asked the boys to maybe play a little bit more. Not direct. It's the wrong. It's effective passing, but a little bit more sort of into the channels, trying to get them playing at their own goal. That was sort of like what I was looking to maybe try and do, but it obviously changed everything. We come in at half time. I'm thinking about changing the shape because I expected to, in all honesty, to get a result today. I expected to get 3 points, so I wanted to make sure that we try to stay on the front foot, try to be aggressive to make sure that the boys were equipped to get the 3 points. I thought our shape and structure was correct. I felt how we set up was correct, but as I say, testament to them and the way they've done things. They were better than us today. In the sort of in the nitty gritty bits, if you like, and obviously maybe chasing the game. I'm not sure 3-1 obviously is a fair reflection, but that's football. If we're chasing the game and committing bodies up to try and sort of get the equaliser, we're going to leave ourselves a little bit exposed. And obviously they get their 3rd goal and a great goal, and congratulations to the young lad Reggie Gregory. He's a lad I've obviously know from youth football. We had many a game against the under-18s and whatever going through the year. So I kept an eye on Reggie, along with Freddie obviously, and the other lad they got on the bench. So it's brilliant for the young lad to get his goal. Unfortunately, it's a bit of a shame that it's come against us.
You touched on the second and third goal, but we'll do that as one. But obviously, all three goals, including those especially, were probably quite goals that were very avoidable with just decisions that made by players on the pitch, stuff like that. We could have quite easily been stayed 1-0 by
Yeah, I think if you look at the goals we conceded this year, there's not many times that we've been carved open. It's a tough one because I do feel that we're doing things good. I just feel that sometimes we're just a little bit naive in how we're doing things. As you say, like the goals, we wasn't necessarily carved open. It was just lacks of concentration or lacks in a decision or a little bit slack. We're being aggressive on trying to get the first contact that's cost us again today. And I think if you look over the season, I can't really remember too many times. And we have conceded a lot of goals. It's not like that we haven't, but we have. I wouldn't say we've conceded like a lot of goals where we've been opened up. So it's really frustrating on that, on that side of things. As you say, going back to the first goal, Blackie probably could have cleared it a little bit better. The ball's gone up to the edge of the box. Greedy's missed the header. They've recycled it, kept the ball alive, and as I say, I think it's gone to the far post. And I would expect Pope. Again, I'll reflect it, but I expect Tosin to probably go and win that header. He hasn't done so. They've got a header and they've scored. So 100% it's avoidable. But. They could argue the same for their goal. To be fair, it was a hopeful ball forward from Blackie into a good area, and you've got Lamar 1-on-1 with the young left back Norton, and you're going to back probably Lamar to be a little bit shrewder if you like, and nudge to get the 1-on-1, and he's gone and scored. But other than that, in all honesty, I wouldn't say we carved them open either. I didn't think we looked like scoring. From open play, the idea was to get it wide like we've done against Billericay and create overloads and dominate possession and keep building. But excuse me. But it took probably until Reedy to come on for us to probably cross from the byline today, So that's something that we need to try and work on, need to build on. It's all good playing this pretty football, which is something that I'm looking, looking to build into the club. Playing good football, but we also need a balance between being good and being effective, and that's something that obviously we'll learn from. We're learning every day, looking to try and develop it every day, but. Today, unfortunately, we've come up against a couple of shoot guys, Robbie and Spillane, and they know their way around a football pitch, and they just today probably just edged it on that side.
You touched about the lads wanting to play football. Obviously, we'll go to the pitch in a while, but we'll come across it now. The pitch was not in the best condition. There's no fault of our own. Mother Nature has decided that she wants to rain quite a lot in Canterbury the last few days, but. The lads still got on the deck, played around quite nicely, but is there a case of maybe of us trying to overplay it, especially when we get into the final third, would you say?
I think, as I just said, I think there's a balance on that. I think, you're always going to hyper-analyse situations like this, on a bad result. We're going to look there and sit there and say, could we, couldn't we? And obviously, only probably watching the game back we'll get a fairer reflection. I don't necessarily personally believe that's the case. Could we have made different and better decisions? Absolutely, we lost the football match, but would them decisions have influenced the game? It's something that we will never know. So no, I have a clear understanding and philosophy what I want to do with this football team. Through hell or high water, we want to play football. Sometimes that'll be to the detriment of results, as maybe today found out. But other times, I'm sure that we from for persistence in playing. And like I felt we'd done against Billericay only last week, like 2 days ago. I think that gave us the edge, that we was happy to carry on trying to play, trying to break them down, create the overload. So, I think reflecting straight after a game, we of course we could have maybe changed it. It's not to say it would have changed any of the outcome. I felt today that maybe that was just a little bit wiser around the football pitch.
Obviously, to avoid sounding like Jurgen Klopp, a lot of games, 2 games in the last 2 days, and a few days now break between this one and Billericay. How important is that rest going to be for the players, especially ones that maybe have picked up knocks over the last couple of games?
Yeah, I think to be honest, like if you ask the boys and how I see it, like if they played well against Billericay, they earned the right to play again today. It's 2 days break. If they've rested up and prepared and whatever else, they should have been ready for today. And there's no excuses for that. They were absolutely ready. we didn't lose the football match today because the boys weren't rested or weren't prepared or had any niggles. Payne come off at half time before the game, fine. Payne's come off with tight hamstrings, but there's no excuses from us on that. That's not why we lost the football match today. We will be able to go. Obviously, it's nice to have the break and the rest and go back again on Sunday, but it's no different. It's no different to majority of season when you're playing a Saturday Tuesday. The games come thick and fast. We've been very fortunate from the start of the season, if you like, that we've played Saturday. The boys have had 7 days to recover, 7 days, but as a manager sometimes that's a little bit of a negative, if you like, that you've got that gap in between because you haven't been able to use the squad. The squad have had to be patient, more patient than I would expect them ever to be, because the boys that might have had a niggle for the Tuesday have managed to be recovered for the Saturday. So 9 times out of 10 we're picking probably a very similar team. I could have made changes today, absolutely. Everyone was available. We chose not to, and it's tough to change a winning team. So I stand by my decisions on that front. And obviously 2 games in now, it would be nice for the boys to recover and rest up. But and we'll look forward to Billericay on the 2nd.
Obviously, we'll touch on a few maybe more positive things of the day. I know you're probably going to struggle with that, but the pitch. Obviously, this morning you came down at 9:30, and I think the referee that Lewis called off FaceTime said it was unplayable, I think, or something like that. And then he said as long as you work on it, he came down but 7 or 8 volunteers here all morning, and somehow managed to get that pitch playable. I'm impressed with you with that effort, and of course my volunteers just in general. Yeah,
no, I think as the club's built on the volunteers. It's all very much that people that are into the club and buy into it, the people that come down and help out. So there's 5 or 6 of us on the pitch this morning, working hard to try and get the game on. We wanted the game on. Wanted to try and keep the momentum that we'd built up against Billericay. As I say, there's no hiding. I expected us to win today. So it was important for me. I felt, even though that maybe the game could have been off, and then we might have had a couple of players back that are missing out through the lurgy. But I just felt it was important for the group and for this team to try and keep the momentum against the team. So with all due respect to Chelmsford, the team that I expected to get 3 points against. But as I say, credit to them. They come here, done a job on us, and and you're going to enjoy their festivities up to the New Year better than I will, I'm sure.
Obviously, finally, we've touched on supporter levels quite a few times this season, and I know you were impressed with the voices at Billericay and at Maidstone earlier this season. And how pleased were you with? I think that was the loudest I've ever been at a Concord game. But how pleased were you with the fans that even at 2-1 and 3-1 down, they were still getting right behind the fans?
I've got. They were brilliant. The fans. I just wish we could just recreate this every single week. It does make a massive difference. Unfortunately, as I say, we come up short, but it wasn't through coming up short from lack of effort and application. The boys, really do enjoy that. They really do appreciate the support, as do we as a management team. So it does make a difference. As I say, the support, and the effort from the boys can't be faulted. 100%. I back my boys. They run. It will show that in the stats. I'm sure that their running levels and stats were high. So I can't fault the effort and application, and the fans just giving them a little spring in their step. It would absolutely help, and I just hope that we can try and keep it going.
Looking people through the door.
All right.
Perfect. Certainly, we'll leave it there and obviously catch up on the 2nd. Thank you, mate.